So what's up? See, everybody likes to make a video in their car, so I went ahead and just hopped in mine real quick, make a video. But when the Pope has made a statement about he's not political and just wants peace, like, of course a religious leader would always say, like, yeah, peace is great. But peace is not obviously in the world. That's why we have so many advancements in how to kill people, right? Not everyone believes in the same way of life that others do. Some like to oppress others, kind of like the America's justice system. I mean, once you get in the justice system, you are never a part of the society again. All right, so going back to the Pope and being political and saying that he's not political, when political opinion is all about, that's what religion is political opinion, because you have to believe in your religion to have it, right? So that's political for sure. Also, when you're asked to donate to receive a blessing, that would be a political, because that's an opinion. You're changing someone's opinion to get them to give you money. So anyways, the Vatican and the Pope and all of them used to have vast power, and this would be like a previous Pope's like favorite part of time, because he would actually have a rival of faith, and that would be the Pope. That should be the Pope's like #1 dig, is like proving his faith is superior to the other faith. But we don't do that anymore. It's very weird. The Pope, for the Catholic Church, Christians and the Catholics had already went and fought crusades together. They both believe that side saying that they are not allowed to practice their faith was always wrong, and that's why we always had wars against them. It's because they demanded us to either accept their way and no other way or die. So we went and we started fighting over it, right? Because we had no choice. They kept on coming into our land, doing the same shit's going on now. All right, so to have a Pope in a time of religious turmoil, that's what this would really be considered as a religious war, because Iran is led by a religious cult. They're very radical with their Allah, all right? So this would be a religious war. If you were just without this sympathetic, empathetic, pathetic society we have now, any other generations would have, understood this was because of their beliefs in religion, and that is very political, because what is the most powerful way to rule the masses is with religion and a faith base that you will receive a blessing when you pass away if you work for that faith. Theirs is so radical, they're allowed to kill people to receive their blessing. So I mean, that's a radical religion. Either way you look at it, we don't allow people to break one of the 10 commandments and just walk. Hell, our FBI will arrest people for the thought of invading other people's countries, but our FBI will allow people to actually invade America, and they're just cool. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, our political and justice system and all this stuff is so fucked up because people aren't saying the truth about their responsibilities, especially a Pope. A Pope's not even going after a religious cult called Islam or Hezbollah or all these crazy guys that are going out, and they're pockets of warlords that ruthlessly rule with food and weapons. You're not getting a lot of food in their area because they don't want you to be strong enough to fight back. That's just how they've operated since it's ever been designed. It's not a new game. We just have little cell phones, and I can make videos like this inside of my car. It's all cool. Like, yay, our lives are perfect, But they don't understand that there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the other world that they're becoming completely numb to it. It's becoming a normality that's why we're having problems. They legitimately understand that causing disputes with religion is politically motivated. Always has been, always will be. And if the Pope is playing a political game like a coup inside of America to try to split the Catholic base, that's dangerous for any president, because he's playing with a religion that's based out of another country, basically, that gets to freely operate in your land and play for your politics. I doubt in a time of war that would be considered smart by many other religious leaders. They'd be like, dude, I would not get into this right now. But, you know, apparently some people are very desperate for money and to sway opinion back to donate for their possible, you know, blessing. I don't believe in donations for your blessing. I don't believe in money that will pay for your blessing. I don't believe in that. But do you? I'll do me. I'm a, you know, Baptist Christian. I practice my belief alone. I read the Bible and I stay the 10 Commandments. So I'd be just fine with passing away for this life. It's just another chapter, but it's a fun chapter. You know, we get to actually watch something unravel, and we're not just sitting here being lied to and don't get to watch or see what's going on the other side of the ocean. But I think it's interesting. Also, with the Pope not wanting to go after another religious cult like Islam or I don't know why he wouldn't want to. That would be his bread and butter, you would think, to prove that his faith was superior. I don't know. Or that his is actually just, or people have a reason to donate money to it, but he doesn't. So, you know, he just wanted to tip his toes in political waters that were so hot right now. I think that was just the worst mistake for anybody to say that you wouldn't talk about a war that you're clearly already in, but you just won't say that you're chosen a different side, is what it sounds like. But I'd be pretty mad too. If I was Trump, I'd be pretty mad. You know, affected my, you know, my communities just for your overseas politics because you didn't control your land. They're praying outside of your churches and you can't even get access to your areas because you've been invaded so bad that they literally just line up in rows and get on their knees and pray. That's not, you know. But, you know, like I said, we have a justice system here in America that will try to charge you for life over just the thought of doing something like similar that's going on all over the world. But if you're American, you know, you can be put in prison just like that because that's what we do. We find any reason or rhyme way to arrest you, charge you with something, get restitution because it's all about money, you know. It's not about actually, you know, teaching people a lesson or rehabilitate. No, it's just about money. And then, heck, we don't even make most of them work. They refuse to work outside of prison, inside of prison. They get better meals inside of prison than Christians and Catholics do. The Muslims get different trays even inside of prison. They even get different arrangements for everything, schooling, everything. And this is why our country's so fucked up, because we've allowed that religion inside of our fucking police stations, inside of all these, and they're swayed so many opinions that none of you guys can't even get shit done. You know, but you'll arrest people that you all agree on to pick on, but when we're actually talking about justice, we don't have it. So